What's going on, guys, and welcome back to another episode of the Jurassic World Evolution 2 Asia Park. We are here because we only have 4 dinosaurs left, and we're going to release the last 4 in today's video. This might be a relatively short video since we only have 4 species left. So if we look at the Asia Park, so what we're going to do is see which herbivores can go where. Alright, so we've got Wuerosaurus. So yeah, we're going to have to make 2 separate enclosures for the stegosaurs. One for the Huayungasaurs and one for the Gigantospinosaurs, or either Chunkingosaurus and Gigantospinosaurus will go together, or the other way around. It'll be the Huayungasaurs that go in with the Gigantospinosaurs. I don't know. It'll be a relatively small enclosure. They'll both be relatively small enclosures. So yeah, that's what we'll do in today's video. So let's go ahead and maybe continue the path this way. One of them will have the Gigantospinosaurs and one of the others, because Gigantospinosaurus can get on with Chunkingosaurus and Huayungasaurus, but the other two, the latter two, can't get on with each other. What I'll do is I'll put the Gigantospinosaurs and maybe the Huayungasaurs over here, and then maybe I'll put the Chunkingosaurs over here. Yeah, that's what we'll do. And then for the Changosaurs and Monolophosaurs, we'll of course put them in separate enclosures. There we go. Let's put in the necessary stuff. And since these are relatively small enclosures, they probably won't want much. I probably don't have to put much in these enclosures. Let's see what these guys want. What do you guys like to eat? Ground fruit. Good to know. Surround this with ground fruit. There we go. And then finish that off with a, this thing here. The viewing dome. And then do the same thing for over here. And then since this one's a little bit bigger, we'll put another one over here. There we go. And then we'll put some forest over here. And then we'll deal with the food situation later. And we'll put in some water. Alright, let's release the Chunkingosaurs. A lot of these stegosaurs came from Asia. At least that's what I've noticed. Alright, so that's those guys done. Let's release the next 2 species, which are the Gigantospinosaurs and the, what's it called, Huayungasaurs. There we go. All 6 of them and all 4 of them. Alright, in the meantime, we should start working on the last 2 carnivores. So I'm thinking maybe we could throw them I don't know. Maybe over here? I guess what we could do is throw the enclosures over here. Just have surrounding enclosures. This here will be the Monolophosaur enclosure. There we go. That should be good. And then we'll put some viewing domes in here, and then we'll finally release the... Oh, wrong thing. We'll finally release the stegosaurs. There we go. That should be good. Let's start releasing the new stegosaurs. Gigantospinosaurus and Chunkingosaurus, or Huayungasaurus. Oh wait, I forgot to see what these guys like to eat. Ground leaf and ground leaf. Okay. Alright, just ground leaf. That's all they want. That's them done. Let's release the Huayungasaurs now. And that's the last of the herbivores done. And then we can move on to the last of the carnivores. There we go. That's them done. Alright, now we can move on to the carnivores. We'll start with the... That's not the monos. We'll start with the monos. We'll start with them. We should provide everything we need for the monos, and that'll be all set to go. And then we can finally move on to the Changosaurs, and that'll be every single Asia species in this park. Alright, so that's the Monolophosaurs released, and now we can get this going. There we go. And then we can get the Changosaurs out of the way. Changosaurus should be under Q. There it is. There we go, that's the Changosaurs done. In the meantime, since this is a relatively short video, let's, get some emergency bunkers wherever needed. Alright. I wish you could place multiple bunkers. You know, like, instead of just one at a time. Alright, let's get the bathrooms going. We need a bathroom for over here. And we need another bathroom for, like, over here. And we also need one for over here. Amenities. Those are next. I will get to the Changosaurs in a minute. I'm just going to make sure all the guests are satisfied and they don't start complaining. Because that's all those folks do. It's complain, complain, complain. I mean, Jiminy, mother-loving toaster strudel. If you get that reference, you're an absolute legend. For real, though, Inside Out 2 is actually a really good movie. We see the emotions like joy and anger feel like emotions other than, well, they're assigned emotions. Which is really cool. You know what I'm saying? They're really expanding the characters a bit. Alright, that should be all of them satisfied. Alright, let's get a hotel while we're here. There we go. Alright, Changosaurs, let's release them. Let's see what else. Alright, we have an emergency shelter in high demand over here. Let's go ahead and put... sure, why not? A Biosyn Valley one. What about bathrooms? Do we need any bathrooms? No, I think we're good. What about amenities? Alright, I think we're good when it comes to amenities. Alright, the Changosaurs should release any second now. There we go. Let's release our last dinosaur. The Pinocchio Rex. That's what they call this guy. Alright, let's go ahead and demolish that hatchery. And we are good to go. That is the park complete. So now we should be seeing high demand at any second. Like a bathroom. Let's place a bathroom over here. If I can find the bathrooms. There we go. And what about amenities? We're good on amenities. Alright. And with that, that's going to wrap it up for the Asia Park. This is what it looks like. You know, it looks cool. It's looking really cool. We've got all the dinosaurs in it. Yeah. But yeah, that's going to wrap it up for this episode. If you guys enjoyed it, make sure to leave a like and subscribe for more. It would really help out a ton. Thanks for watching, and I will see you guys next time.